Although we can create routes within Offshore Navigation VBA, there may be times when we want to bring in a route that was created by a different software package. To do that, we click on the Import Route button on the Tools page, which brings up the Import Route form. At the top of the form, we specify the name of the file we want to import as a route. Click the Browse button, and we look at the types of files that can be imported, and it can be a text, a comma-separated, or a GPX file. Let's start with a GPX file. Now here we see a GPX file down here that says that appears to be from Apalachicola to Punta Gorda. Let's use that. When we open that file, we can see that the data for the file for the route has been entered: the name of the route, the departure and destination names, and all of the waypoints. There isn't anything else that needs to be done with this file, or can be done, since a GPX file is the standard format. So we just click on the Import Route button, and the route has now been imported into Offshore Navigation VBA. If we wanted to import another GPX file, the drop-down list shows all of the GPX files and other route files that are in the folder where our GPX file is. Let's try a CSV file. Here's Orange Beach, Alabama to Panama City. If I open that, now we have a different appearance of the form, because a comma-separated file is an open format. There is no standard format for it. So we either have to know it before we import it, or figure it out, use the program to try to figure it out. The program default is a standard record of a name, a latitude, and a longitude. And the program will read in the first three fields in the file to see if they match this. Now, clearly we don't have a match on latitude. This one is not. My suspicion, it's a number field. These first two fields are number and name fields. So I'm going to add a number to the import order by clicking on it in the Items to Import and then using the right button. Now I click on it and I move it up to the top. So now I've figured number, name, latitude, and longitude. Well, I look over here and the program now is read in the next field to match the four fields I've specified for the order. And it's pretty clear that this route file uses north-south designation on the latitude. So I need to add that to the record. So now I click on the north-south, send it across, move it up to just after the latitude. And now we see a longitude value here. It looks valid. But most likely we need this east-west designation on that too. We could check by just clicking the Start Import column number to move it up to the next one to use it starting at column 2. So now we see what the next record is, and clearly it is a west longitude. So now we add that to the record. Click the up button, look at the next thing, and it looks like we're into the next record. So that's everything. If there was actually another field in this record, I could use the Insert Skip button to insert a skip record that says to the program, ignore what's here, because these are the only things the program's going to use in the import of a route, waypoints in a route. So if there's some other extraneous thing in this record, such as a description, a date and time, and other things that the program will not use, you need to insert a skip to match up on that. So now we're just about ready. It looks like we've got the waypoint form. That looks good. It looks like it's a plus minus, even though they got the west and east and north designations there. And it looks like it's a degree and fraction of degrees. So let's import the route. And then we can close the form. all imported routes end up as waypoint routes. Now we go to the waypoint form, and look what we got here, and yep, there's the Apalachicola GPX file, imported from the GPX file, and I look at it, there's all those waypoints. I can also look and see, and here's the Orange Beach, which has even more waypoints. So that's how you import a route into Offshore Navigation VBA.